Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. It's the Mike O'Mara Show. And now, the best of O'Mara. Here's Rob.
Thank you, Mr. Dude Walker, and welcome to Botmas. That is, of course, the best of the Mike O'Mara Show. Hey, it's me, it's your old buddy Rob, and we're trying something a little different this time. I'm going to host the best of. So you and I will hold hands and listen to this together. And you're in for a treat, I know, because I picked out the segments. You're going to hear some stuff that goes pretty far back. You're going to hear younger versions of voices that you sometimes hear on the show. You're going to hear voices you haven't heard in a long time. Plus, there will be an audio vault. That's what we called it back then. And there will also be news. So you're in for a treat. So stick around and enjoy this episode of the best of the Mike O'Mara Show.
Carla, I suppose, how you doing? Are you getting sick?
Oh, geez, I don't know what's going on.
Maybe you're allergic to technology.
I'm allergic to technology. I'm allergic to technology. Carla, I'm sorry that I had the meltdown about the pot that I cooked my pulled pork in. But after
still in the sink?
third day of soaking, I believe that I wanted it out of the kitchen, and I may have been a little abrupt with that.
You mean the pot was still unwashed?
Yes,
that's
it
like
was
the movie
soaking.
That's like the movie Outbreak.
It was soaking.
It's still of
3
it was
days.
Oh,
soaking.
you know what? I used to. We used to share some space with my Uncle Philip. He lived with us for a while, and he was a big proponent at the end of the night of saying, "I'm going to let those dishes soak."
Yes, soak the dishes.
Soak the dishes for 3 days,
And so I
it loosens up those greasy
it
stains.
grossed me out.
Of course, and you're
I-
not. Your stomach is still sour.
And I am, and I know that I've been. I guess the word is I cop to this. I accept responsibility for this. I cop to the fact that I can be a bit of a drama queen.
No, not you.
No, I didn't see it before the show today.
Yeah, not when you're writing copy.
There we go. I flip him off now at the beginning of every
Hey,
show.
did you get a picture of that?
Video, baby.
He's videoing
Living color.
everything.
Yeah.
Where is this video going to be from your Google Glass?
Oh, that's a different story.
What do you mean? Don't sound mysterious. You don't have that card.
There is a Google Glass forum.
Oh, that must be fun. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody on the Google Glass forum. Hi, 11 people that bought the product before anybody else.
Yes, I can watch it while I drive.
So everybody
This is incredible. My boss was having a meltdown at the tire store, and I got the whole thing unbeknownst to him.
I can videotape everywhere I drive if only I drove places.
You know,
Mostly I
it's-
stay in the house.
He didn't notice. He didn't notice that I was wearing a cyber right eye with a flashing light on it.
That's right. Looks like you're looking for Sarah Connor.
Yes, sirree. So
Well, I'm not going to put the meltdown up there.
Of course
put
not.
The show one up there.
well, I'm still recovering from the virus/stomach last night.
Food poisoning.
It's food poisoning is what it is. It's that's what it is. The long and short of it. And I know I've been melodramatic, and I know that I can be. But at the same time, I believe that each time I can't get ill that often.
No.
Because each time I get ill, I believe my wife and I drift further and further apart.
Really?
I believe she is not. She does not.
She is a nurturer.
She is not a nurturer. She is a nurturer to the dogs.
She has been a nurturer to you in the past, though.
She is a nurturer to my son.
Oh, I think you've moved down a notch.
She is not a nurturer to me. She
But she
considers
has-
me a melodramatic queen,
Has she not nurtured you in the past, though?
perhaps.
I think you know what's happened is
What?
with the arrival of the king, you're moved down a peg.
Let's give her. A call.
Oh, now you're Frankie.
Let's give her a call.
You wanna
We have
call her and
I
see
rarely,
how we're doing?
I rarely bring our troubles onto the show.
When did this go down? When did day 3 of pot not washed go down?
This morning was the
PNW.
Oh, PNW.
So it is Wednesday
I'll
morning.
need that back, Rob.
Of course.
It's
I'll
fresh.
need that back right away.
It's really fresh.
Very, very difficult. She'll say that I'm very difficult. This is going to be and because anytime we have Carla on the show, this will be a segment that where I do not come off well. So I'm sacrificing my body for the show right now.
Just so you know, quick heads up before she answers. I got you a new phone, and you have a cordless now that you can dial from in the future.
That's exciting.
Cool.
I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
If the splitter
I hope
works.
she answers.
Cross your fingers.
Yeah, always. She knows the number, right? She doesn't think it's like a sales call.
Maybe she thinks it's the pot calling.
She's not.
It's the pot calling the kettle black.
He does not love you
She's not
today.
answering.
No. You know what she's doing?
Thank
She's
you for calling.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, hold on. Let's try.
she's
the-
letting you know what's what.
Yeah, she's knows who's
Yeah, because
boss.
if we're keeping track at home, Mike's, I guess I would say your mode of operation, is that the word? Is that the term I'm looking for?
Modus operandi.
Modus operandi is to be a fussy baby, for lack of a better term.
lack of a better term.
Let her go to work, take your child with her to work, and then apologize on the show because he knows she will listen later to the program.
Yes.
Bingo, bango.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get through these couple of days. That's what I'm trying to get through.
Well, you're also in a
it's
weekend.
not a pleasant
state.
weekend.
No.
It wasn't. It was.
Well, no, the weekend started great.
It started great, but then it was just a little difficult.
Hopefully, she'll answer this phone.
That's right.
This is the business phone.
Maybe she's letting
She'll
the
have to.
letting the call
Hello?
soak.
Carla,
Yes.
it's your husband.
What's going on?
Hi, we're on the show right now. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
I rarely, call during the show, but I felt I had to call and apologize about my meltdown about the soaking pot today.
Oh, this is not good. I have a question, Mrs. O'Mara.
Mrs. O.
This is Oscar speaking right
Yeah, this is
now.
Oscar. Look, I understand what you're probably going through because I go through it every day.
Shut up, Oscar.
But I would say this, that, 2 days in the sink.
Don't do this, Oscar. Don't do this.
Whoa.
You made me spit my iced tea out. You're not supposed to do that. You're going to make her
I'm
angry.
trying to help you.
She's angry.
You know what?
She's
I'm not-
angry at me to start with.
I'm not a guy that likes to interrupt.
Hold on. Let me explain myself.
Okay.
First of all, Mike made that disgusting barbecue pork. Okay.
I thought you enjoyed the pork when I made it,
Well, it was good.
and
It
you
was-
didn't
it
get
made me
sick from it. I got sick from it.
Hey, Mike, let me talk.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, I will.
Let
Sorry.
me tell my side because I
Okay.
see that you told your side.
Okay, go ahead. I really didn't say
Okay.
much.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So anyway, that night I wasn't able to clean the pot. I don't know why, but it just wasn't clean that night. So the next day, after Mike gets sick, I get up. I'm like, I better clean that pot because obviously I don't want him to see it because it will make him sicker or more sick.
Yeah.
So I go to clean it, but it is like there's something in the bottom of it that is just like super glued on.
The
Maybe
virus.
That's what he got sick off
The
of. I don't know.
virus. Rob said that's the virus.
This virus is stuck to this, but you should have used Pam so the virus would slide right out.
So yes, the virus is stuck to the bottom of the pan.
Right.
So I figure, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak the pan. So I soaked the pan overnight, which led to this morning.
Oh,
So
that's
I
day 3.
say-
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah,
So
that
I say
makes
to
sense.
myself, as soon as I get up in the morning, Mike's going to get pissed. I better go downstairs and clean that.
But did I really get pissed?
Well, I thought in my head, you know what, Mike's going to have a meltdown, so I better get down there and clean that. So while I was getting ready this morning, I said, hey, Mike, look here, I'm going to clean that pan. So if you happen to go down the kitchen before me, don't touch it because I plan to clean it. So I go down there and I clean it. Well, I get ready to clean it, but that virus is still stuck to the
Oh,
bottom.
dear. What kind of pan is it?
It's the expensive kind. It's
Creuset
that.
or
It's the
whatever.
Creuset. It's the
Creuset.
It's the bonjour baby.
What it is, it's cast iron covered with a sort of a baked enamel over it. isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's the
expensive,
real
yeah.
expensive stuff, and we got it. Didn't we get it at that cheap retail store that had it all on
No,
sale?
I think you got it off American Express points.
Oh, did I really?
You know what? I got you a Le Creuset for your wedding. It might be the one I gave you.
it might be. It
Yep,
might
we
be.
have that one too, Rob.
Okay. all right.
Okay, all right. It's
Yep.
good stuff. I
So
like
it's not
cooking
something
it.
you can throw away.
No.
No, it's
No,
the
well, that's
good
what I
stuff.
told Mike. Hey, he came downstairs. I said, look, Mike, here are the two options. Either I let it soak for another day because the virus isn't coming out,
I didn't like that
or
option.
I can throw it away.
Oh,
or I
dear.
can throw it away.
I didn't like
and
that
then
option.
he just went into full Mike.
Which is, we don't throw La Crusade away.
Wow, that La Creuset has never been said in that tone.
I'll clean it. Fine. You just go to work. I got to get to work. I'll just clean it. I will clean it.
That's what I said, and I will. And I'm going to
Meanwhile,
clean
you
it.
have a baby in one hand and like all your stuff for work in the
Oh,
other.
you bastard! Do you see the way he plays both sides?
You know what I think has really not been said enough here?
What's that?
Is the fact that Mike called you twice. He sought you out, Carla, and the first thing he said is, I'd like to apologize.
That's right. Thank you, Rob.
That
Thank
was
you.
his lead story. Let's not miss that.
My real friend.
The headline.
Thank you. My real friend, Rob Spiewak.
That's right.
Who's definitely, you're adding chips up. These are holiday chips.
Yeah, you know what?
Rob knows this is the best time to amass chips.
Yeah, you know what? It's good to do chips after you rewrite my copy 3 times. Because the chips were gone this morning.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know, honey. I know I'm dramatic, and I know I'm difficult when I'm sick, and I know.
No,
it's
did
been
you
tough.
also tell about the
No, I have not gotten to the pictures yet, and I will take full responsibility for my behavior at the photo store.
A man who is ill. A man who is ill cannot be held responsible. He is ill.
Michael's first pictures.
I know, and I will. I'm going to tell that.
Pictures.
I'm going to tell that story about the photographs. I know it was, and the photo session itself was very good until Conjuring
and I've waited all
Man.
my life to do this. I finally get to do it. You asked to come along.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy that you come along, but then you act the way you acted.
Okay. All right. I know. I'm just not myself.
I know you're sick, Mike.
I'm
but-
not sick anymore. I'm back at work, and everything's fine. I'm working. Right?
Oh, okay. Well, then you can't use it as an excuse.
I
anymore.
won't. And I'm going to take care of that pan today, and I'm not going to make you feel guilty
I
about
told
it.
you not to touch the pan.
Well, who knows
This
whether
is what I'm
that
talking about.
evil trichinosis type virus from the cheap food store is going to come through my skin.
Why don't we get Pony to wash it, and then everybody wins?
Hey, you know what?
Look at Pony's face. Pony doesn't want to watch
What
it.
we should do is we should actually videotape Pony washing the pan with the Google Glass and see if it goes viral.
Let's do
I
that.
agree.
At the 10.
That would be fun.
Well, I really don't like it when you're unhappy. I really don't like it when you go to work
Well,
unhappy.
be
And
nicer to me.
You're right. I know. It's just it's
sweet.
It's like we came from the trip on the weekend, and the weekend we determined really, and Carla, you'll agree to this. Carla and I both determined that with the weekend away from the baby, the place we went was not a good choice. The way we went was not a good choice. Red eyes both ways.
Yeah.
Not a good choice. It just didn't work. The whole thing didn't
Live
work.
and learn.
We would have done better to go to a lake somewhere for a weekend and not
Enjoy the
fly
weekend.
halfway across the country or almost all the way across the country. And it just kind of was meh. And hopefully everything will be back on track because we are really looking forward to the holidays. And but it's yesterday was I was
It was a tough day.
difficult.
It
I was.
What
I was
about this
difficult.
morning?
This morning?
Yeah.
Well, this morning was
This
fine.
is difficult.
This morning was very
Okay.
cool, except for the moment. It grosses me out when I look down and I see it looks
Especially
like
'cause you were sick.
It looks
You
like
didn't have
something
to come
Jeffrey
over and
Dahmer
look.
would
You
have
did
in
not
his
have to-
refrigerator
Mike,
sitting
you
on
did
the.
not have to come over and look at the virus stuck to the bottom
I
of the
did come
pan.
right
You
over and
chose to come over.
I chose to come over. I did, and I stuck my head over like her shoulder. I'm like, oh,
You know
oh
what?
God, look at that, God, that's gross. Clean it, clean
This
it.
is
You
the
said
same-
you'd clean it.
This is the same trait in you that makes you want to smell a Band-Aid.
I know.
It really is.
You want to pick the
You
scab?
want to see
do.
the carnage?
We're going to need a picture of this for the website.
Well, I think we've done
Anthony.
some good
I'm
here.
never eating pork products again, ever.
Liar.
You're right.
Scrapple for dinner
I'll
tonight.
probably have some ham.
I'll pick you up some pork rinds.
I'll probably have some ham.
Bacon.
Tell you what I am making. You know what I'm making Thanksgiving morning,
What?
Carla?
What?
I'm making. Why are you? What's the matter?
she's not happy.
Were you distracted at work?
Just listening.
Okay.
No, I'm just listening. I was all in listening.
I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make that lobster omelet, egg white omelet that we like so bad.
Sweet.
I'm gonna perfect it. And I'm gonna make sure everybody has one, and I'm gonna make
Cool.
and it's gonna be great. I'm
You
gonna
get the
spend a lot
lobster
of
at
money.
Shoppers?
It's gonna be fun.
That's right.
It's gonna be the holidays are gonna be absolutely amazing.
I hope so. As long as your attitude's nice. As long as you're nice to me.
All right.
It's really painful to listen to.
Well,
All right.
I listen. I don't call her unless I.
No,
I've never called Carla on this show unless I am contrite. I have
Exactly.
never
That's
called her unless I want to say yes. I know it's my fault and I know I've behaved badly and it was
Well,
very
the
much.
important
on my
part
mind.
is this: that you're a great communicator.
I try.
I think that you've gone out of your way to apologize.
Yes.
I
Oh,
have.
Oscar, shut up.
On that note, we'll let you go. Bye, sweetie.
Anthony.
Bye, bye. There she goes.
Here's your
That's
thing.
That girl. That's
That
my
went
girl.
well.
That's her way of making up with me. That's it. Telling Oscar to shut up. That works really well for
You know,
me.
Oscar effectively pissed everybody off during that call.
He's great at it. That's what makes him an incredible broadcaster.
Yeah.
He knows how to. Well, I've seen Oscar sit in a room with 4 people and pick 4 different scabs simultaneously.
Yeah.
And by the time Oscar finishes, nobody's mad at Oscar. Everybody's fighting with everybody else.
That's right. He got Matt mad. He got you mad. He got me mad, and she got her.
It
Sweetest
is-
person in the world. Tell him to shut up.
I think I just-
You don't even have a dog in that fight.
I think I just identified it. I think that's why I love working with. I think he does that better than anybody I've ever seen. You could sit down and do you do that with your own family? Where you'll say, brother, sister, father, mother.
I don't do it on purpose, but we break each other's balls all the time.
And but you can do it where you just say, I think
it's
a true,
fun, though.
A
It's
triumph
fun.
for you is like you'll just sort of start it here, and then you're like, well, mom, didn't you say that Jose was supposed to pick up that gift for Dad last week?
Yeah.
Well, Dad, don't you think you're overreacting to that? And then Oscar sits back and they go, no.
Jose, why doesn't Luca have his sweatshirt? You know what it is that unlike your La Crusette, Oscar is Teflon.
It all bounces off.
It does.
Last night, I don't know, I forgot what these things are called. They're really like
Wine glasses?
poor man's fireplaces. Okay, they're
Fire pits.
The Adobes.
It's an Adobe thing. It's like got the little chimney, and it's usually made out of clay.
Yeah.
And
Do you
it's,
remember the Saturday Night Live bit, the car, the Adobe?
the Adobe?
Oh my God.
Ooh, the Adobe. It's the little car that's made out of clay.
The Adobe.
I remember that. Red clay.
Man. So Carla puts it's not a Duraflame log, but it's one of those fake logs in
Sure.
in
You
the
had
Adobe
this
thing.
when we were down there for...
You saw it.
Yeah, when we were down there for the baptism.
Am I describing it properly? I
Yes.
mean, it's just
It's a clay
It's
fireplace.
a standalone.
Yeah.
It's for a small place. It's for like an apartment or a condo, and you put it out on the patio.
no.
And you'd probably be in trouble if you put it on a high rise.
You can't
right?
even
Could
barbecue.
you get
in
that
these-
on a balcony in a high rise? No,
You would be.
No.
no fires at all. out there, right?
It would kind of be like 1914 Chicago if you did that. Pretty sure
Okay,
the
so-
neighborhood would go.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
for a
meant for a
patio.
patio.
It's
A patio.
made
It's
for
meant
a patio.
yeah.
If you put it
A
out there,
lanai,
and,
Mike. We call them lanai.
Yeah, I know you did. Hold on, I got to do this now because I'm ADD. What do you call it, Rob? Because I called it a patio. What did Rob?
No. It's a
call it?
lanai.
Thank you, Rob. I actually wait to use that music just for any excuse.
I love this music bed because you know what? It's one we don't visit that often.
Yes, and then you have to muffle your voice as I sing the Lanai song. Would you like to hear it, Oscar?
please.
Here it comes.
Okay, here we go. I'm sorry, but anyway,
Save some
so
for Dad now.
she. Hey, Nathaniel, bring out Daddy another Mai Tai. I'm gonna hit you in the back of the head again.
Oh, make sure Dom doesn't drink when she's pregnant. You're going to have a big forehead when you're born.
Yes, sirree. Boy, oh boy. If mom's drinking those Manhattans and smoking those Territon cigarettes, you're going to have a giant forehead, Nathaniel.
Four rotten boys. They don't have any
Bubba.
concentration.
Yeah, that's for sure.
The
Hey,
lack focus, Dixie.
how you doing there? Gary, did you mow the lawn today? Oh, I got to break your right finger then. Boo. Yeah. Save some for Dad now. Bingo doesn't like it when his sons don't mow the lawn on time.
Do you know why I'm so rich? Never spent a dime on bicycle helmets. I
Yeah.
just let them ride and ride.
Ride and ride. Hey, Gary, why don't you ride that bike as fast as you can right into a tree, you little bastard? But anyway, so where was I?
The Adobe fireplace.
Yes. It's Adobe.
Okay, so the fire pit, we have a little Duraflame, but it's not a Duraflame.
Is it
okay?
like a starter?
It's
like-
no. It's an actual one of those logs you light on either end. It's supposed to be. It's a fake log. It's a Duraflame log.
It's
you know
off.
what I'm talking about.
What? It's an off-brand.
It's a yes, and I believe that this product was purchased at Walmart.
Of
I
course.
believe it was, and
That's something
it's,
you really don't skimp on.
No.
Right?
well, no, that's something I wouldn't even process to
No, it's
whether
fine.
to skip
What
or
it
not. I
is,
wouldn't think
it's-
twice about it.
It's made out of wax and Chinese sawdust. I'm sure it's fine.
Okay, it's a 4-hour log. That's what it's billed at. It's
And
like
if it
the
goes more than
4 hour.
4 hours,
Talk
you
amongst yourselves. I'll go grab. Wait,
Now,
I'll do it. I got to go grab it.
I'll do it live.
I'm going to
If-
show you one. I'm going to show you.
If the log lasts more than 4 hours, call a doctor.
Are they blue?
I think that, you know what? I know the concept of a Duraflame log is simple. It's really sawdust and wax.
Chemicals,
Yeah, and it burns pretty colors. But
Like magazines.
But I'm really not sure.
I used to burn magazines.
Oh, you
That's
roll
not
them up
good.
tight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
So cool.
I'm really not sure you want to go off-brand on this.
No.
No.
That and condoms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay-
Duraflame logs and condoms Do not go off
Bungee
brand.
cords.
Yeah, I think it'd be Durex. That's a brand name. So Durex, Duraflame,
There you
anything that's Dura.
Nice.
Yeah.
Duracell.
Duracell. Oh yeah.
Oh, for the vibrators.
The copper top.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
copper
jeez.
top. Now, I used to when we worked at the Christmas tree stand, we had a fire barrel, and we loved burning weird things because you get different colors
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
A lot of
Batteries?
Fun. Yeah, sure.
Say hello to
Birds.
Pine Mountain.
Oh my God.
Looks good. That's the packaging.
No, that's-
And it's got 2 languages. It's also in French.
It is.
Boucher 4. That means 4-hour log in French.
Oh, flower fire, boucher foireux.
Oh, it is so cold at the chateau. Go get the
is.
green log.
It's French. It's
is.
got French on
It's
it.
Mike's French log.
There is my log. So
You'll be
this
serving
is a-
that at Easter, Mike's French log.
Was it worth it for show and tell? There.
Yeah,
it is.
absolutely.
yeah.
Hey, well,
The
read the
screams of
label.
foreign.
Read the label to us because there's something on the banner I couldn't make out.
Pine Mountain. Your mountain. Your mountain retreat begins.
Yeah, it does.
4-hour fire. That's what it says.
Yeah, you know that
4-hour
what they
fire.
don't explain is the retreat is going to be away from the fire. You'll be retreating into the safety of your home.
Here it is. I can say that, yes, it lasted for 4 hours. I can say, yes, it lasted for 14 hours.
Oh, no.
We came out today. I am sitting on you guys know the layout of my little place
Yes.
down here.
Sure.
I look over to the left, and there is smoke coming out of the adobe, just pouring out of the adobe. It is
Like
smoldering.
noticeable?
Like noticeable that it's been burning all night long, and I have no idea. But not burning. It is just like a smoke bomb. If I was requiring helicopter pilots
Right.
in war zones to find me, they would know where the smoke is.
The beautiful
And-
thing is you went out on the lanai this morning. You said, oh, look, they've selected a new pope. But, I had a similar situation. I have a smoker, not like Pony, but like a meat smoker that I
Right.
have on my deck. And I smoked, I think it was some ribs last summer. And
Yes.
that requires you putting in chips of like wood every hour or so because it's
Yeah,
a
that's
slow
how it
and low
works. Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
And so I let it go for like a day and a half, and then I wanted to empty the ashes out, and I put them in a paper bag, in a plastic bag, and I watched the paper bag smolder,
Catch
and
on
then
fire.
the plastic bag melt.
Yeah.
And I had to go get the hose and there's still burn marks on my deck that remind me what a great dad I am. I almost set the entire but I thought 18 hours would be enough to let something
Yeah,
like that
that's fair.
burn out.
It's still smoking
Mike.
when I went out there.
They're getting great reviews online. There's also a 3-hour log.
Oh, for those that don't want to have commitment. If you really can't commit to a whole night in front
So
of the
not
Adobe.
that bad a brand. Apparently, it
Well-
lasted you longer than you thought.
It did, but it wasn't burning, Oscar. It was simply smoking.
Smoldering.
And I told, and
What
then
was it
missed-
clean before you threw the log in? Were there residual things
No,
that
there
could
was
burn?
there was a lot of ash bed. There was a residual.
Yeah, that
ash
might have
bed.
been what it is. Mhm.
And that was my old radio name, Residual Ash Bed. So I went out and I said to Carla, Carla, that thing's still smoking. You might want to break that up. Big mistake. 5 minutes later, I looked.
Oh,
and
to break up the wax?
I said, break up the thing and it'll just disintegrate. No, it was solid enough and burning slowly enough that when she went to break it up, you know how when you would break up a Duraflame log,
Yeah.
the fire would kick up a little.
Yeah,
Intensity,
yeah.
Well,
More
it was not
surface area.
fire that kicked up. There was smoke. I seriously was concerned that neighbors at this point might call the fire department because the entire lanai was smoke-filled, and it was acrid smoke. It was nasty
Oh,
stuff.
I'm sure it won't harm your health.
Still now, I finally I covered it with the rest of the ashes, and it dissipated.
What
It
are you
is
using
still smoldering.
as a tool?
What about
We have a poker. We have a poker. We have
what
a
about throwing
poker.
some water on it and just
What's that?
putting it out
I
completely?
thought that would be a real disaster.
You know what?
if we did
If
that.
it's wax, it's technically an oil fire, isn't it? And the water would make it worse.
Yeah.
Oh, boo!
How
You
about
can
a fire
throw it. You can throw it in. Pick it up and throw it in the
pond?
little pond.
Hey, if you balance it just right, that thing will float.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Homeowners Association, I've brought my friend Oscar Santana down here to speak in front of you. Yes, it was Oscar that
It
told
was
me
a
to throw
fire hazard.
the
We didn't
smoldering
throw it
log
somewhere,
into the
people.
pond that started the fire like Cleveland. Thank
That's
you
right.
very much.
The
That's
pond
it.
has been burning for 2 years.
Thank you. Yes.
All the motor oil in that
But
pond.
what a fish fry it was.
It is the best of the Mike O'Mara Show, and it's Rob Spiewak joining you for this journey back in time. 2 topics in this next segment that don't necessarily go together. Fruitcake, yay! And stink bugs, boo! But as is the case with the Mike O'Mara Show, somehow it works. So enjoy fruitcakes and stink bugs on the best of the Mike O'Mara Show.
So I've talked about the keto thing. When I do carbohydrates, I am telling you there are 3 Rob Spiewak fruitcakes in my freezer. That will be the first thing that I take into my system when I have my
Now,
cheat.
there is, you
So
see,
that's
here's
all
the
I
thing.
wanna
There
say.
is some sugar in it, but, they're about, by weight, 50% nut. So
Okay.
it's not
All right,
as
that's
big of a
good.
cheat as you think. I mean, there is
Right.
some cheating there, but that protein in the nuts will help.
That's so. Now,
You can't take advice from a man who looks like this. You just can't do that.
It's advice about food.
Yeah.
How many, by the way, as the creator of fruitcakes, how many since they were created?
Right.
How many do you think you've enjoyed? How many fruitcakes?
2.
2. You've had
One
2?
from the run that we did at the bakery for the.
What about total? Total lifetime. In your entire lifetime.
That's a stupid question. Go yourself.
We're having some post production editing today on the Mike O'Mara Show.
You have to admit it's a dumb
Guaranteed.
question.
Well, the lifetime value of your intake, I think we'd want to know.
All right,
Right.
1 million fruitcakes.
1 million fatty fruitcakes that
8,000 cherries.
Yes, exactly. Do you know calorically what they are? How many calories in a fruitcake?
It's
Do you have
almost
any
a
idea?
wash. There are very few.
A wash?
Yeah, it's mostly the fruit is all, fruit doesn't count because it's just fruit.
Right.
It's nature's candy. And then there's
This is how he
candy.
decides. Oh, the butter. The butter's got some
It's
milk
a
in
wash.
it.
there's no
It's a
butter.
wash.
There's no butter in it
It
at
No,
all.
I'm saying
a
at home
wash.
when you're looking at all your options. When you're
No, there's no butter. The fruitcake never
when
touches
you
butter.
when you I guess this is the logic I see when you have any type of treat at home that's
Right.
supposed to be something that maybe you would take in moderation. That you and your
Wish I
mind
could take you in moderation.
You and your mind look at that treat and say, it's 10% protein. 10% protein is good for me, and then you take the entire 100%, 90.
no,
other
because
percent.
I genuinely don't care. That ship has sailed.
Okay.
But
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
fruitcake is if you think about it, it's not unlike a granola bar.
Thank you, Rob Spiewak. That's Rob Spiewak and his nutritional information.
The next time
on
you're
fruitcakes.
dropping $2.50 on a stupid Kind bar, think about what you messed up by not buying a fruitcake
What
from
you
us.
missed. What you missed.
What if you translated the fruitcakes into like bars? No, I think it's got to be a holiday confection.
Yes.
I think it's always got. You don't want to do that. I'm always
No.
thinking though.
But
Always thinking about how we can bring more into the TMOS coffers.
perhaps the summer of banana bread is right around the corner.
Okay, we'll take a break now. When we come back, it's news you may not need. Summer of banana bread. Hey, everybody.
I got the T-shirt.
Nanner.
Oh, yeah. Summer of banana bread. That's good.
And Mike,
Yeah.
a lot of nuts in banana bread, so
Sure.
it's technically it's keto.
After a long workout.
love
Sure.
Banana bread.
Now that you
Eat
can
it in
butter.
the microwave and put a little butter on top. Ooh, yeah.
Look at my camera. If you're on Ustream, you'll be able to see it as well. What's on the corner of my camera that I'm staring at? Blatantly.
Oh,
right in
stink
the
bug.
eye.
There is a stink bug on his camera.
Stink bug season.
Yeah.
There is a stink bug.
Looks like he wants to come on air. That
Yeah,
little
you know
fella.
what?
I can kill him.
He-
I can kill him.
he's here
Don't
to
rush
offer-
No, I don't
him.
want to kill him. I'm going to see if he'll crawl onto the paper.
Hey, you know
and I
what?
will
It's been
see if we
nearly
can get a
4
better-
years that we've been doing this program. Don't we need a mascot?
We do need a mascot.
Do you have
What
a
do we call
jar?
him? What do we call him?
Stinky.
Stinky.
Yeah.
He's cooperating.
Look at him.
And Mike, I would like
Right
to
on
nominate.
camera.
I will nominate a voice for Stinky because Stinky was a character played on the Abbott and Costello show by Joe Besser.
Hold on, let me see.
So, can you make the stink bug talk like Joe Besser on Classic Impression Wednesday?
Hold on.
Is he running?
Oh yeah, he's active.
running for his life.
And you know what? We really
Don't hurt me.
we should to
so
make sure
dumb.
if he were to get loose, we wouldn't want to mix him up with other stink bugs.
no, clearly.
Oscar, put a dot on
And he
him.
needs a theme song too. Stinky, the stink bug. He's the greatest stinky in the world. He loves to come on the Mike O'Mara show. He's
know what?
Stinky, the stink bug. Now, you know that we have been talking for the better part of a half an hour
Right.
about Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
no one will remember that discussion. But you know what they're going to remember?
The stink bug.
Stinky, the stink bug. He's the best bug in the world. He loves to
Today-
be stinky, and if you step on him, you'll stink too.
Today is a YouTube day, the Michael Mara channel.
You know what we can do?
Channel.
We have those.
Are you still singing your song?
Stinky, the stink bug. Stinky, stinky, stinky. Stinky, the stink bug. He hates Republicans and Democrats. He's Stinky, the stink bug.
We have that jar of wipes over there. That would be a good home for him. Let me transfer. I'm going to make him a habitat.
Please.
I need a moment.
Oh, just smell them?
Now, you know what
he
I've
can
always
bite you,
said?
right?
You know what I've always said about these creatures?
What's that?
No, they don't bite. That these are alien life forms that have been sent from another civilization to scope us out. Look at the way they're shaped. Has anyone ever seen a stealth fighter?
Oh, or how about Apollo 13 when it broke through the atmosphere?
Rob, you're going to have to put air
That shell it's got.
Well, no, he's not going to fly out. He just needs a habitat.
Oh, okay.
He can fly out. They can fly.
They can't fly.
Stink bugs can fly.
You know what I heard a stink bug say one
What?
time?
What?
I believe I can fly. Sorry.
They're so dumb.
Thank you, Stinky.
That's so awesome.
Hey folks, it's Rob Spiewak, and I want to take a moment to say thank you for spending some time with us here at the Best of the Mike O'Mara Show World Headquarters. This next segment's a winner. We talk about Oscar the DJ, Oscar the golfer. I think you will enjoy it. Also, a chance to say goodbye to a couple interns here, voices you haven't heard in a while. I love our interns. I was an intern, and it's always cool to hear them again. Andrea, the sexy Italian diabetic, and Toddy, the guy who unnerved Santana Moss on the Best of O'Mara.
I give you a gentleman who is a joke teller. He has thousands. I think he was in some customer relations field. He had to be. I
And
hope
that's
he dealt
because
with
that's what he
people.
does, right? Yeah.
Because he's a old school guy, kind of a corporate guy, and he's funny. And he just tells good jokes, and he's just pleasant to be around. And he had a change in meds that caused him to really dehydrate, overheat, get dizzy.
Oh, no.
He was in really rough shape. So much so that last week they pulled the ambulance up. And you know, people down here, this my generation, you know, which is not the greatest generation,
No.
where, you know, there were more starers that were just like, and they're all looking, and, you know, very few people were coming up and say, hey, I hope you do okay.
Mike, you might
I
not be
drove
the
by-
greatest, but I think you're top 5 generation.
It's like I went in and top 5. Thank you very much. That covers John Adams. That's good. So I go by and I said, Greg, I hope you're okay. And he didn't even acknowledge. So I was worried about him. Lost all his color. And this is legit. And they took him. And then a day later, he was back out. And I'm like, oh, thank God. But you don't get updates on. It's just that's the way people are. It's like, well, I don't know. You know. Whatever.
Okay.
Hold on. So this guy is, you know, we're very different politically. He knows that. He acknowledges that in a very funny way, and we have lots of conversations together. And so I see him the other day, and I said, "How you doing?" And he said, "Hey, they ran some tests. It turns out I'm on this heart medicine that they said that was probably the reason. They gave me thorough scans. Everything was fine." I said, "Well, it is great to see you." And his line was, "Well, you know, Mike, it's always better to be seen than viewed."
That is
Better
true.
to be seen than viewed.
That's great. That's
That
great.
is perfect. I laughed my ass off about that.
Works anywhere.
It does.
Oh, that's
Yes.
good. Yeah.
That
He's
works
a good
anywhere.
guy.
Is
He's
there,
a very,
uh,
very good guy.
Because the green is so, I guess, you don't want to mess up the green on a golf course. You
Right, right.
Is
Very
there,
delicate area. That's the area you don't want to mess with.
like, I've been yelled at many a times for taking the golf cart onto the green.
oh my God. What?
Yeah, like it happens.
You mallet head. What are you doing? Well, do you play in those charity tournaments?
Yeah,
right?
so everybody's
where
hammered.
everybody's had 11 beers before they even
Especially
tee off.
when we were in Arizona, I must have played at least 6 or 7 of them because they just send a DJ, send a DJ, send a DJ,
Yeah,
send a
yeah,
DJ.
yeah.
I am going to put this golf cart on the green.
I can't even see the ball. I am so incredibly wasted.
they say to you, no one ever rides on the green. And,
Right.
and I'm like,
No, I mean, you don't even ride near the green.
Right.
I don't know half of these.
You drove a golf cart
I'm
over the
26
green,
and
you
27. I'm with
mallet-head.
other DJs. We're just DJs, right?
Why do you think they make a cart path? Use the cart
Might
path.
have been 25. Don't know. Was making all the wrong decisions.
Right.
Hey man, I don't play I don't play golf. I play the field, man. Ooh yeah, I'm a DEEJAY. Yeah. Ooh.
But it also probably has a lot to do with the fact that at that point, Hooters in Arizona was sponsoring a lot of these charity golf tournaments.
Right.
And they always would put a Hooters girl in your cart with you. So I'm sure all the guys are like, what's
Wow,
this?
that I never
Do what
played
you
in
want,
those.
right?
Living or
That's pretty
dead?
Good.
Living. So I want to picture if there's any EMS and that type of reaction on the course. Is there a special cart that comes and picks up a friend that does not ruin the green, or do you drive the person back to the clubhouse?
No, you never can drive on the green ever.
You don't. No, there's not a special car. They mow the greens and they have equipment that maintains the green.
Great guy, by the way, Mo Green.
Mo Green. Hey, Mike. No, you don't. You don't take over me. I take over you.
You don't drive
whatever
on
you
me.
That's right. I'm Mo Green. I made my bones when you were in diapers.
Terrible question. I retract it.
Horrible question.
The other,
I can't believe your lack of knowledge
and
on
it's
that,
disrespect to the game of
Yes,
golf.
and to grass.
And then the other is when you all were DJs and CDs were viable. When you played music, did you have and this is a full pivot, but it comes full circle. Did you have to set up the music for the next hour or the next shift of the DJ coming in for you after you?
It was courtesy.
It was courtesy, right? Mm-hmm. Like you would stack the hour or 2 hours or 4 hours of music that was ready
And
to
even
go.
when we go back to the Don and Mike show, when we weren't playing music per se, I would always stack out the spots for the next person. But the commercials, you set up the next hour for
But
the person as a courtesy.
it was a nonverbal.
Right, it's
this
understood.
This is the S you do,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. Liddy never did it for us.
I was explaining
Well, that was Liddy's producer's fault.
That's true. And that's odd.
Who was very strange that man would not be industrious.
Over the top.
Yeah, but
with manual labor.
Manuel labor.
when you're in the music world, did you ever have to do that, Mike? Get the records ready for the next hour and the next shift?
Yes.
Okay.
More the spots than the rest. But usually I remember stacking tape cartridges for the next guy.
Yeah.
I remember doing that.
So
I remember having to do that, and that was kind of what you were supposed to do.
after almost 3 years of marriage, this morning, Shannon asked me how I know all these songs from, I would say, the late 90s, early 2000s, not just because I lived them, but what the songs are called.
Right.
And I said, because
Artist and title.
yeah, because when you're on the when you're a baby DJ, half your time is spent like stacking the artist and title and finding where on the CD, when the CDs were viable, what track number, everything.
You actually have a visual representation in your head.
Yes.
I remember stuff.
And she's like, why would you have to do some other, like another person's work for them? I said, it's not a lot of work. You're just pulling CDs off a wall or
if she's wondering why someone has to do someone else's work, she's worked with Pony for a long time. She doesn't understand this?
But she was so lost in her and like out of the world of like how music used to work, because it wasn't always Spotify and Apple Music or podcasts, that I said to myself, this is not even worth explaining. I imagine, Mike, you feel that way when I just said, is there an ambulance cart that comes out and picks up someone from the actual
simply
green?
because, because the grains are sacred. As far as our playing field, that's what's sacred. And I've been at multiple courses where people took stuff out on like late at night and vandalized greens. It's one of the things that you do that. And one of the worst things you can do on a golf course is if you are driving the golf cart close to the green, and like you'll see it, because there are people that still do it down here. Like, look at that guy, and you'll see a cart 2 feet off the green driving around, where he shouldn't be. So that's it. That's all. But I mean, you're not supposed to.
Why is the cart path so thin? Like just a one cart.
It's on keto.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Andrea. How are you?
Hello, Mike. How are you?
You are leaving us today. Your final day of your internship. Is that correct?
I am, unfortunately, yes.
You have been a delight to have on this show. We give you a round of applause.
Thank you.
Andrea. We always ask our interns when they're heading out, first of all, where are you off to? What is your next stop in the Andrea career path?
Yes, so I'm going to Voice of America.
Congratulations.
I was hired as a social media producer there.
That's wonderful. You excited about the opportunity?
I'm very excited about the opportunity. Yes, sir.
That's good. You'll be actually going into a building, doing some work, and actually getting a paycheck. That's going to be a new experience for you. Yes, Rob Spiewak.
I sent Andrea an email over the weekend, but I want to say this in front of everyone. It's not common. We've had a lot of great interns, but it's not common that they really leave a thumbprint on the show, and he truly has. And we really do wish you all the best. You've done such great work for us. We really appreciate it.
Did you dust it?
I did, and guilty of being talented.
What is your single best memory of working on the Mike O'Mara Show, Andrea?
Well, look, I have many memories of the show. I mean, I came in here when I came in here for the first time, I was in a bad place emotionally and physically, and I got better over time.
I love that.
I love the intrigue that goes on at the Podcast Village Studios. It's fantastic.
You talk intrigue. What?
Yes. And I love, getting to know a lot of people and getting to work with many people. It's been a fantastic experience.
Just give us your top 50 highlights.
Of working with everybody there, is there any one moment with any particular individual in Podcast Village or the Mike O'Mara Show that stands out?
Well, I mean, there's not one moment. There's a collection of moments which were fantastic.
Okay, very good.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. And off to VOA, and
Yes, sir.
congratulations. Don't be a stranger. You're going to be in D.C. Come by and visit
I'm
us
going to
anytime
come
you
by
want.
and visit. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much,
you so
Andrea.
much. Thank
Take
you.
care.
Take care.
And, of course, a sex machine to all the chicks. That's
Yes.
Andrea. And now let's, who else is leaving us today?
Today is Toddy's last day as well.
Oh, that's right. It's Labor Day weekend, and now we bring Toddy in. Hello, Toddy. How are you?
Hey, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing well. Have you seen enough football players while you've been here?
Only one, Santana Moss. Only Santana Moss.
Pretty excited about that.
Oh, you got that right.
Wow.
Now, where are you off to? Are you going back to school? Are you? What's the Toddy plan now?
Well, I still have my other job at the Voice of America where I'm.
Oh, another Voice of America.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great.
so-
Rob, what did you do? Go down there and put a big poster up or something like that?
I handed out flyers one lunch. I just said, here, you want to come? Here, you want to come?
good.
Hey, you want to come?
They'll hire anybody over there, apparently.
That's exciting. How did you find your time at TMOS?
It was a wonderful experience. I learned a lot, not just from the government-funded VOA, but from a private business like the Mike O'Mara Show. So I had a great experience, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
He's come a long way with editing, and actually in the Audio Vault, his final project will air today. It's something you're really going to enjoy.
That's right. And did you like the joke when I said I'm the captain now? Did you enjoy that joke?
What joke?
Yeah, see you later. I'm sorry. We got to go. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. All right. Thank you, Toddy.
Thank you, Toddy. Good luck.
Toddy, any final words you'd like to give everyone for the...
You'll be hearing from his lawyer.
Just thanks for the opportunity. I'm grateful to work with you guys, and it's something that I will cherish for the rest of my life.
God bless you. Thank you very much, Toddy. Take care.
Right.
Little hug from Oscar Santana. All right, get the hell out of here. Thank you,
right.
Toddy. Come by and visit anytime. I thought he knew that joke that I made. I'm sorry about that.
Oh,
he didn't know the joke. Sorry about that.
He might have heard it. He might just not have gotten it.
Okay, I understand that. That's fine.
I went and addressed the joke after the fact as due diligence on the show. He goes, yes. He goes, I've seen that movie, and he said, all right, as long as you're good with it, I'm good.
There we go. See you later. Ta-da. VOA.
He says, I look nothing like Tom Hanks.
You must be very excited because you are listening to the best of the Mike O'Mara Show. And I'm listening with you. Hey, it's Rob. And if you listen to the show and if you stayed with this program this long today, you probably do. This is where we do news. Now it's called the Roundtable. Many years ago, it was called News You May Not Need. So let's check it out. And this is a good one. We have a very young Michael O'Mara coming by and giving his dad a little bit of grief. Talk about All in the Family, talk about the Jeffersons, and of course, we talk about balls on the best of the Mike O'Mara Show.
The story I like to tell about my mom is that at one point she was approached and they said, we're so short on office space here. It's terrible. She said, well, put me anywhere. And there's the greatest picture. I think my sister has it up at her house where her office, where she would check in people for day surgery, the children that were coming in to have procedures done, was a gurney, where all the paperwork was on the gurney in front of a wall. Wow. That's all my mom required to do what she did. She didn't need anything more than that, and that was her cool little thing. And she's got this beaming look on her face when she set up her gurney to as her office for checking people in. Just a special moment. So I love you, Mary Elizabeth O'Meara. I just wanted to say that, and she would have been 99 today, which in a way is very old, but it makes me feel extremely old too, because as you know, it's all about me. News. Boo. ABC, this is bad.
I know.
Is staging live remakes of episodes of All in the Family and the Jeffersons. And there's going to be a name here that's going to be just everything you need to know about it. The show's going to air May 22nd. It'll be 90 minutes long, and Jimmy Kimmel will co-host it with Norman Lear, who created both shows, and the cast that's been announced so far. All right, it's a good cast, but listen up. Woody Harrelson and Marissa Tomei will play Archie and Edith Bunker. I'm okay with that. That's okay.
Well, if you're okay, but that's giving them okay on the whole concept.
I know. Well, maybe I'm not okay then.
Yeah, because the whole concept is bad.
Ellie Kemper will play their daughter Gloria. Okay. Jamie Foxx and Wanda Sykes will play George and Wheezy Jefferson. Justina Machado from the One Day at a Time reboot.
Oh, that was a Netflix show that Norman Lear did, yeah.
And Jane the Virgin will play their maid, Florence. And Will Ferrell will play their white neighbor, Tom Willis. There you go. The big guy from All in the Family, the big kind of nerdy guy.
Well, no, he was Jefferson. Right? But, Mike, if nothing else, it's an excuse to play Sammy Davis Jr.
What are you playing?
This is Sammy doing the theme to the Jeffersons.
I wish you had the original.
I can do that.
Are the way Glenn Miller played songs that made the hit parade.
Guys like it. Okay, here, you got the real one?
Coming up, give me a sec.
All right.
But this was
TikTok.
This was the Jeffersons.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But why don't you like this?
Well, I like the remake of it?
Yes.
I don't like remakes.
Okay.
It's like it was an American original. And then when you put Will Ferrell in there, who's nothing at all like the original
But it's
guy.
a one-off?
Yeah, exactly.
Mike, as a bonus, here's the closing theme to All in the Family.
Oh, that's the closing.
Yeah. Because you know why it's actually called Those Were the Days. That's why.
Do you...
Oscar, if you say one
Jeffersons?
thing right now...
Here, no, don't worry about it. I'm doing it now, all right? Let's hear the original Jeffersons.
Where we're moving on now. To the east side. To a deluxe apartment.
Yes.
I discovered the Jeffersons because they would play them afternoons after school, and they would just come on DC-20, and I'd be like, well, I guess I'll watch this.
Yeah, well, you had to watch what was on TV back then.
So broad.
And that's
Not
all
as
it
funny
was.
as All in the Family. Not as funny as All in the Family. But All in the Family is so cutting edge back in the day. I don't know. The reboot, it rings hollow now. It rings hollow. Hi, little man.
And did I get it right? They're going to do
Michael's
them...
off of school. The kid's off of school today.
They're going to do them live like plays?
I don't know. Michael, you want to come in here for a minute?
I'm picturing the live musicals.
Yeah.
So if it's a special like that, a one-off,
Yeah.
can't imagine they'll do a season of it.
Well, no. Will Ferrell's much too busy
come
making
on in.
great
I think
movies.
we'll all watch, Trainwreck or not.
Yeah, I'll take a peek. Yeah. Root against it. We'll definitely be rooting against it.
Flub your lines.
Miss
I'm
it.
trying to get my
Miss
kid
it.
on the show. All right. There he is. Come
Oh,
on.
here he comes.
Say hi to Mr. Frumpkin. Right over here.
Oh,
Hi, Mr. Frumpkin.
Do you know what show he was on?
What?
You know the show that Mommy and Daddy watch every night? Jeopardy? He was a champion on Jeopardy. He won.
Really?
Yeah. And he likes your daddy's show. You want to say hi to Mr. Oscar?
Hi, Mr. Oscar.
Who's that right there? Who's the other guy? Who's the other guy with the big head? That's right.
Said with just a slight tone of disappointment. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
So,
Good.
did you have a good Easter?
Yes. I'm the to show you something that I got for Easter.
No, not your machine gun, not your Nerf machine gun.
And he just said it.
I'm sorry, but that is that Gammy got him the machine gun. That's spectacular.
Yay!
All right,
Toys
out
are
and-
fun.
Go out and play. What are you doing today with mommy?
I'm gonna play. After you're done working, I'm gonna play a video game, and I'm gonna go swimming.
Nice.
That's a
Sounds
pretty
like
good little
fun.
Monday, isn't it? Would you like to sing a song? Let's do. Would you like to do the March of the Stormtroopers?
Oh yeah.
1, 2, ready, go. Da 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 da
No, I'm better. Dun 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 dun.
Yay!
Beautiful.
All right, get out of here. I guess you didn't want me to do it with you. Huh?
Let's remember that move, Oscar.
You're better than me. There you go. I think he's better.
Yeah. No, I'm better.
He's got his dad.
I
in
love
him.
you.
Wow.
Yes,
Strong
the
walk on.
The personality at 5 is beginning to take shape. Anyway,
Be quiet, Father. I'm going to show them my toy.
That's right. Yes. Why do I think the door's going to burst open and there's going to be a Nerf machine gun?
Be lit up.
Anyway. My God, we're running out of time. Well, that's it. I'm sorry. I'll get right to the kicker.
Oh, good.
All right, here we go, because the rest of the news was... speaking of 5-year-olds, ladies and gentlemen, let me just do this. Hold on. I'm a little OCD that way. There it is. Hit it. A 5-year-old boy in Michigan had a craving for McDonald's, but his grandmother was sleeping, so he called 911 to make a request.
No.
Isaiah Hall of Wyoming asked the dispatcher, "Can you bring me McDonald's?" Dispatcher Sarah Kabursky said she told him no, but reached out to the police. Wyoming police officer Dan Patterson says the request made him laugh, so he stopped at McDonald's on his way to check on Isaiah's house at the western portion of Michigan. Patterson says he thought, "I'm driving past Mickey D's on my way there. I might as well get him something." The officer said the first thing the boy said to him was, "My grandma's going to be so mad. Can you please go away now?" 5 years old. What the officer didn't realize was that inside the house, along with his grandma, was Billy Bob Thornton in a Santa suit.
Oh, no.
M. Night Shyamalan's latest horror movie, Split, the one I saw this weekend, won the box office for a third straight week. It took in $14.6 million, Mr. Powers. That is his first movie to do that since The Sixth Sense in '99. Wow, I didn't know that he waited that long to have a big hit. The new horror flick Rings came in second with $13 million. Here are the top 10. I'll give you the top 5. La La Land had $7.5 million. Hidden Figures, $10.1. A Dog's Purpose, $10.8. Rings, $13 million. That's the new one. And Split with $14.6 million.
Hey, you know, with their fifth Super Bowl victory, I think Tom Brady could have a movie called Rings, couldn't he? Hey, one for every finger.
How you doing? We're the Breakfast Flakes.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Chili Cook-Off coming Saturday. Thank you very much.
Go out and get a part of that.
This news story is for my dear friend, Mr. James Cerrito. I love the Facebook Live, Jimmy, when you're showing him EQ making the lobster salad for the lobster rolls. Black Sabbath ended their touring career on Saturday night, performing their final show in Birmingham, England. That's where the band formed back in 1968. Nearly 50 years ago.
Old.
They finished off the show with Paranoid. Good choice.
That is a good one.
Ozzy Osbourne thanked fans, and balloons and confetti came down from the rafters. Even though this is the end for Sabbath, Ozzy will continue to perform as a solo artist, and I'm sure he'll do Sabbath songs, right?
I think so. I think he always has, yeah.
Ozzy, sad day, Ozzy. 50 years, hell of a run. That's the way I look at it.
I think John Goose is very sad about it.
All right, are you ready for the... Hey, Rob?
Hey, Mike.
Are you ready for the list of interesting facts from Super Bowl 51?
You know, I think a lot of people were tuning into the big game yesterday.
I've actually taken my satchel full of Super Bowl facts, and I whittled it down to just 3.
We had to go to the grocery store yesterday, and to piss Robert off, every time I saw someone that worked at Giant, I said, "Hey, are you excited about the big game?"
What? Sure.
And Robert just going, "Dad,
stop it. God, you're embarrassing me. Stop."
So top 3 facts.
Top 3 facts, here we go. In the fourth quarter, the win probability... In the fourth quarter, the win probability for the Atlanta Falcons
This will make their fans feel better.
Yeah.
99.6%.
Wow.
Also, the Falcons led for 41 minutes, 18 seconds of game time. How about that? Isn't that something?
Would you just
Painful.
look at that?
And here's a very simple fact, but you might not have thought about it, but I do because that's my job.
Sure.
The Patriots didn't lead until they won.
Hey, but you know, they started out the game tied.
What? God. But anyway, if you want to delve deep into it, there were 24 new Super Bowl records set, a lot of them by Tom Brady.
Sure.
Moody.
Hey, they call him GOAT, greatest of all time.
Yes, sir.
Also loves the
Yes,
Caps.
Sure
Here
does.
comes Mrs. O'Mara. Yeah.
Oh, yes, she does.
Oh, I forgot my phone. Want to say hi to the guys for a second here? How did you?
Happy Monday.
Hi, Carl.
Hey, Carla.
Yeah, Carla's
How did you
hungover.
enjoy? How did you enjoy the game?
I didn't watch it.
There you go. Thank you.
Carla. You're in
Thank
your
you very
30s.
much.
Don't give up on life.
There you go.
Come on.
Very good.
It's good advice.
Isn't that lovely? You know how
Don't let 'em take you
Target
down.
has those giant red concrete balls in front of their store?
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Do you know about that? Have you seen them?
I've seen them.
Have you driven by them?
Do they teach those?
Do they teach you that in school?
Brad.
In theory, they're supposed to stop cars from ramming into the front of
Safety
the store.
first.
That's
I
right.
didn't really know that. I always thought they were kind of decorative.
Sure. Ornamental, if you will. Don't they look great out there? Huh?
Well, they're actually their sole purpose. Their sole purpose is to actually prevent cars from driving into the store. But it's basically the opposite of what happened in Paramus, New Jersey in November.
Paramus, that's the home of the Paramus Mall, one of
There
the
you are.
premier shopping malls in these great United
Okay,
States.
stop it, please. A guy in a pickup truck was leaving a Target parking lot when he sideswiped one of the balls, and even though it weighs even though it weighs 2 tons,
Oh my God!
the hit of the car dislodged it from its base, and it started rolling into the parking lot.
Like the first part of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
A woman. Oh, this is so sad. I feel so bad. Even the woman's name. A woman named Eileen Grady happened to be driving through at that moment. Poor dear. The ball smashed into the side of her car. It made a huge dent that would cost about $3,500 to repair. But Target says it won't pay for it.
What?
Oh, my God.
They told Eileen she should go after the guy who hit the ball and jarred it loose. No, as the Kimby Mutombo said. No.
Nice pull. Nice.
To do the liability. She's planning to sue Target in small claims court.
Good.
Well, I would say if the ball's Rob, I would say if the ball's 2 tons, weighs 2 tons, that's not a very small claim. Am I right?
That's a big one. Let's go to the Weather Center.
Wino weather. Today should be a day off of work, but it's not. So now we have to go back to the stressful pressure cooker of our jobs and hear Linda's thoughts on the Super Bowl commercials. She probably liked the Skittles one. Classic Linda. Hi, Linda.
Hi,
This is
Linda.
just a fictitious character. Anyway, a new survey found the 4 things that stresses out the most at work, and they are heavy workloads and crazy deadlines, 33%, demanding and unrealistic bosses,
Huh?
22%.
That was awful. I want it now.
Victory.
Work-life balance.
Yes. The Lance.
22%, and our coworkers 15%.
You know what stresses me out at work when Linda skips her shower.
Thank you.
Gotta
The
light a
survey
candle.
also found the 5 cities with the most stressed out workers are Salt Lake City, Des Moines, Iowa,
Both of those surprise me.
Boston, Cleveland, and New York. There they are.
Got
Poor
it.
Cleveland. Cleveland just can't catch a break, huh?
I
Oh,
think
that's a
enough good
shame.
has happened to them.
Botmas on your radio dial, except you're probably not listening to it on the radio. So let's just say Botmas. Best of the Mike O'Mara Show. And as you know, we like to close every episode with the Flip Side, and before that, I believe it was the Digital Dumpster, but this goes back to when it was called the Audio Vault. We have a couple of presidents featured. We have some fascinating audio from Hee Haw. Yes. And another voice from our past that I like very much, Kaz from the Crab Stand. It's all coming up on the Audio Vault right here on the Best of the Mike O'Mara Show.
Without further ado, let's open up the Audio Vault for Monday, July 20, 2015. Rob Spiewak.
Mike, good things come to those who wait, and the Lord helps those who help themselves. And when you ask, the squeaky wheel will get the grease. And I want to say thank you.
You
to
almost
Kaz.
made it. You almost made it through that.
So close.
You almost did. It was.
So
it was
close.
almost. It was. You were like a nanosecond away from sounding professional.
Yep. Motto of my life. I want to send thanks to Kaz at the Crab Stand, Mike.
Hey, folks, it's Kaz out here at the Crab Stand. Guess what today is? It's freaking Friday. Why am I freaking out? 2 reasons, folks. 2 reasons. I'm freaking out at the size of these crabs, and I'm freaking out from all the exposure we're getting from the Mike O'Mara Show. Folks, look, if you're looking for a good show to listen to, something entertaining, something fabulous, these guys are stand-up guys. Look, I laugh my butt off every day listening to these guys. Absolutely funny stuff. Look, go give them a like on Facebook. Go like them on YouTube. I don't care what you do. Just go like them. Tell them I sent you. The Mike O'Mara Show, folks. It's it. It's the one. If you're listening to anything else, you're listening to junk. Check these fellas out. All right, let's get down to business. Look, folks, I'm cutting deals here today. We're passing the savings on to you. You want full bushel baskets? Boom, price drop. All right, look, $2.15 a bushel. Small, medium, large mix number ones. Folks, it's on. It's great. Half bushels, we'll do $1.10. How's that sound? Get out here to the Crab Stand. Look, the Mike O'Mara Show. Here's what I'm doing today. Not a double woo. 4 woos! Woo! 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 Mike O'Mara, we love you!
Thank you, Kaz.
It's the little things that matter in life. It's the little thing. Where is his Crab Stand? Is that down on the way to Ocean City?
It
or
is
something
not.
Like
It's north of Baltimore, and you can
Okay.
just search the Crab Stand on Facebook, and you'll find your way there.
Awesome.
But Mike, if you ever need, just a shot in the arm, you want to boost yourself up, I can play you this.
Woo! 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 Mike O'Mara, we love you!
No, that's fantastic. Well, he heard it, and we asked for it, didn't we?
We
Yeah,
did.
We asked for it
You
last
requested
week.
it on Friday, and you got
That's
what you
awesome.
asked for.
Good
Mike,
stuff.
Donald Trump says John McCain is not a war hero.
He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero. 5.5 years. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you. Do you agree with that? He's a war hero because he was captured, okay? You could have, and I believe perhaps he's a war hero, but right now he said some very bad things about a lot of people.
Perhaps he's a war hero, Mike.
Well, no. Here's the tell. This is, and look, it doesn't. This does not require any brain power to figure it out, as the way he does it. But he's so in the news now, and he's so on a daily basis. You see Trump. Trump's strategy is you come in with the absolute horrifying statement. And by the way, anybody that knows anything about the history of a true American hero, John McCain,
of course,
no one questioned that. And I did not vote for John McCain, but I've never had anything but admiration for his service. The fact is, Donald Trump swoops in with the horrible thing to say, and then he qualifies it by a diminishing term.
Right, he backs off
So he'll say
immediately.
he is not a war hero. I don't like people that were captured. Perhaps he is a hero, so he can cover his ass. Well, that's going to bite him in the ass. And this is the first time hearing him today on the Today Show on the phone is the first time I've heard him this much on his heels.
Yeah,
he was so on his heels. He knows that he stepped on it, and he can't. He has no exit strategy because he's such a bloviator, and the whole delusional self-esteem thing does not allow him to show any kind of weakness in his own mind,
not in his game plan.
So it's pretty interesting to watch this theater, but I'll be ready for him to pop off the national stage, that douchebag.
I'm glad you mentioned the Today Show because here he is yelling at Matt Lauer, and as we said before,
listen to his tone.
He's the only guy that does interviews on the phone on TV.
Excuse me, Matt, because you're the media and you do the same thing. The next sentence was, he is a war hero. I said that, but they never want to play it. And
by the way, the next sentence was, perhaps he is a war hero.
Perhaps he is a war hero.
You don't want to play it.
Why would you say the first thing? Why would you say the first part? Savannah started it off by saying, I said that he wasn't a war hero. I didn't say that. And if you would have let it run just another 3 seconds, you would have said that I said very clearly he is a war hero. I have absolutely no problem with that.
Anyway, so there he is.
He's a 9-year-old running for president.
He
is. And let me ask you this, Oscar. I will ask you: do you see this as? Will this eviscerate his brand ultimately? Once this is over, there can't look. He will still be a household word. Sure. But the fact is, I think this is irreparable damage that he's done by this presidential
I think
run.
eventually you will see him. He'll have to fade into the shadows simply for business reasons. That's just the reality. And then
and he's lived. That's been the opposite of his business strategy throughout his career.
And his kids will come to the forefront with a different message.
Yeah.
I believe
Do you think he'll be able to spin it that way?
I think it'll have to be that way because there's so many people that won't want to do business with him if he continues down this road. It doesn't matter how much money you're making at a certain point if you're getting that public and political backlash. And by the way, the people that he does business with, the majority of people, they're not just international. There are very powerful people in this country that have not just business or just financial stakes in this new election, but they have other candidates they're backing, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's not like he's the only game in town.
No.
And if you want to know, Mike, the polar opposite, I think we can close with this actually. A classy guy. Here is John McCain responding to Trump and what he said.
But in the case of many of our veterans, when Mr. Trump said that he prefers to be with people who are not captured, well, the great honor of my life was to serve in the company of heroes. I'm not a hero, but those who were my senior ranking officers, people like Colonel Bud Day, Congressional Medal of Honor winner, and those that inspired us to do things that we otherwise wouldn't have been capable of doing. Those are the people that I think he owes an apology to.
And there you have it.
That's the difference between the two dudes.
Yeah.
There you go. And glad you played that.
You and I have a certain, I think, shared respect for auctioneers. And some of the best auctioneers are livestock auctioneers because once a year when people bring their beef to market, this is their make or break. When they do the livestock auction, they will sometimes do an auctioneer championship. And once you win it, you're not allowed to compete anymore. You're a champion for the rest of your life. I found this short documentary that helps explain that chant they do, that sort of patter when they're doing the auction. I think you're going to like this. These guys, they break it down for you, and they say the idea of the chant is not only to sell the beef, but to make it exciting.
During the chant, the auctioneer is basically calling out the bid that he's asking for.
And now $7 bid, 8 to the board down, 9 to the board down, 149 to the board down, 50.
It starts with numbers. It starts with clarity. Then you can add in your what they call filler words. Some of the basic filler words that an auctioneer would use is now, bid, dollar bidder now.
154, 5. Will you give me here to buy, get them on?
Dollar bidder now, here down, get along, here now.
Say now, go, dollar bid. I actually started saying here, there, and where in mine.
1.5 here now, 72. There now, 2.5 here now, 73.
My basics chant starts with my number scale. And as I became more advanced, I started to interject those filler words. Bid 20, bid 20, bid 20, dollar bidder, now 30, now 30, dollar money. Now as you become more advanced, it'll sound something like this. And now $87 bid to $7 board now, $8, $8 to the board now, $89, 90, 90 to go down, 90 to bid now, 90 to buy to the board down, $90, $1 to the board down, $1, $1 to the board down, 91, 91, 91 to the board down, 1. And we'll something like that.
So cool. That's the guy that went on to win, the last one we heard.
That is cool to hear that. I love that stuff.
And the thing is that there's a touch of sadness because there's this one guy that's been up for it for like 15 times and he does bad at the question and answer period of being an auctioneer.
Oh, no.
He's a great auctioneer, but he just can't do that. All right. I love when he slowed it down. $10 bid, $20. So Matthew McConaughey has a movie coming out called The Beach Bum. He is co-starring with Snoop Dogg, and there is a pot smoking scene in it. And he tells a funny story about Snoop. He's a trickster. He's a merry prankster, this Snoop Dogg.
I did get Snooped on our first scene together. It was a scene where I go to him and my character Moondog's going to get turned on to the magic weed, which he has. And so I have my property weed, which is oregano. That was a good idea. Because the scene goes on for about 7 minutes. We're passing this joint back and forth, and I'm starting to feel a little bit And all of a sudden we yelled cut, and he goes, "Yo, Moondog." He goes, "That wasn't prop weed, that's Snoop weed." And I said, "Oh." And I've said this, I don't recall much of the next 11 hours working, but I know I evidently didn't say one word of the dialogue from the script for the rest of the night. I spoke very little English. I made a lot of deep mammalian sounds and rapped 4 rap tunes.
So I look forward to that movie. I think that should be a lot of fun.
What are the odds? Like, if
100%.
If you get that high, though, can you work? Only he can.
Yeah, he said the weed.
The weed. Yeah, that's not a oregano. That's Snoop.
I love this. Is really cool to me. 10 weed, 10 weed, 20 weed, 20 weed. Okay, so we all know this song. This is the love theme from The Godfather. And it's very haunting and very lovely. Someone took it and put it into a very advanced editing program, might have been Pro Tools, and shifted all the notes that were minor notes into major notes. They bent the pitch, and when he changes it, it sounds like it's like the theme to the Waltons. This is the same song, but it's happy.
Like Western happy.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Like Little House on the Prairie happy.
Now that makes me wonder if I could take like Little House on the Prairie and bend it minor, and it would sound really sad.
You might want to go home and try bending.
I'm going to do some note bending.
Might be very interesting.
Very cool.
And we close with this, Mike, because I know you like Shaquille O'Neal because he's Irish. He was on TNT covering basketball, and he did a shout out. Oh no, one of his cohorts did a shout out to a place in Los Angeles called the 2-Bit Circus, which is called a micro amusement park. I did a little research on it. It's an indoor facility where I have a lot of attractions, and one of the things they do is they give you these huge inflatable balls that you have to match color wise with like a box or a hole. You got to roll these huge balls around. So they're talking about 2-Bit Circus, and Shaq has the best time with it.
Yeah, shout out to 2-Bit Circus, man. That's a great place downtown LA.
You like that game, BD? On the big ball?
Stop.
Well, we've lost the room. Are we
2 grown men rubbing big balls.
What do you say we grab a hold of the show? Segue in from the colored balls and everything else that started this segment to the fact that we talk about rising stars. The colored balls. Excuse me. I'm trying.
Hey,
Luka Doncic.
Leave my balls
is a guy who's.
Please.
You know
shout out
what color
to
they
the
were
circus
too?
for the colored balls.
So Luka Doncic. Candace, just look at me. Forget there. Like usual.
Red and blue.
Like we're in oh, jeez. Oh, my. Well, we're fired. So, Candace,
get over
Luka
it.
Doncic.
So he says we're fired. Shaq says I'm not.
I'm not.
I saw this morning, and I got to thinking about how Oscar is in such a different mindset socially and entertainment-wise than you and I. Oscar, does this song mean anything to you?
Oh, my God. Wait. No.
You don't know the show's Hee Haw?
No.
Mike?
You know what I was seriously? It's so weird. Because I know this happened yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Over the weekend in Boston, I was actually eefing.
Oh, like, yeah. I have the song. Hold on.
I was doing it in front of the kids.
Oh, I heard you do that before. Yeah. Is that from Hee Haw?
It's like a backwoodsy type thing. That his name was, I think, Biddle and Phelps maybe was the guys who did it.
Great morning show.
Oh, the best. And no, you know what? Oh, I don't have Little
Jimmy
Ethan
Riddle?
Andy. No, what's that?
Jimmy Riddle?
It might be actually. But Mike, we lost one of the Hee Haw greats yesterday. You knew him as Cousin Clem, and I didn't know.
Now, let's be honest. You're saying greats, and it's not accurate.
You're right.
Like if
he
you
was
were
part
gonna,
of the cast.
If you're going to put in context of this show,
Right.
who would he
be the one who could talk.
Yes. Who would he be?
He would be the Adrian of Hee Haw.
Oh, it's like you could lose him or keep him or lose him.
But he sang harmony, Mike. He sang harmony on this popular song.
All right, let's listen.
Your mama moved in to live with us, darling. I said, this house is just like your own. She took to heart this message I gave her. Now I'm so dang mad 'cause she just sold our home. Where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and thought I'd found true love. You met another and you was gone.
I did not know he was Canadian. and he was 94 years old.
By the way,
yes,
but I'm a fan of Hee Haw, but where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone?
Primetime show?
I've searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you were gone.
It was prime time. It got canceled by CBS when they got rid of the Beverly Hillbillies and all their country comedies.
Yes.
But then it lived on in syndication for like 30 years.
Wow.
Very, very popular.
Adrian, and again, you should take this away. You're better than that guy. You're better than that guy.
Oh, there it is.
Ethan Annie, she is mine all mine. Little Ethan Annie has a terrible time. It don't make no difference what she tries
Rob
to
Ford
say.
knows this.
When little
This is a
Ethan
dumb show.
Annie talks, it always come out this way.
Joe Perkins.
I like Ethan. I do too.
Well, I got a girl named Annie.
All right, that's enough.
All right, that's enough. We'll run it lightly in the background. This is this is funny.
What decade is this?
This is a weird thing because Ethan is like something from the turn of the century in the Blue Ridge and the Ozarks.
Yes.
But this is a soul record. So they took a guy who was able to do this sort of backwoodsy thing and put it with a soul artist. It was
Like a mashup.
Yeah, it was a hit record in 1963.
So in today's world, it would be like Drake and a country artist.
Exactly, a Licorice Hat. And
Blake Shelton.
Exactly. So,
Okay.
anyway, stop that.
How music has changed.
Sure was nice.
A soul record.
Well, Joe Perkins was a soul artist. I'm not saying it was a soul record, all right?
Thank you.
Kids love Star Wars.
Sure.
Did you know that? Everyone's
Sure.
saying Rogue One.
Yes.
Yeah, I know Oscar went and
You
saw it.
Saw it on Sunday morning.
Give us,
Sure.
Can you give us a review tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow I can.
But what's funny, if we go back to the
wonder
interviews
justice.
like from the early 80s, do you know that in his mind, George Lucas had this long-range plan? Back in the 80s, this is Mark Hamill.
So loyal to George, and I owe him so much. He at one time said, would you consider playing an Obi-Wan type character handing Excalibur down to the next generation? I said, when would that be? And at the time he said around 2011. I thought, gee,
Did you get a baby on
much
his
as
lap?
I'd like to have a job lined up at the turn of the century, I was figuring out how old I'd be at that
How about giving your baby to the nanny while you're doing the
Would you
interview about
consider
George
taking
Lucas?
your baby
Okay,
off the
ask
set?
us.
Annoying it is.
God, that's the Barry Williams of movies right there. That I swear to God, that Mark Hamill is the Barry Williams. And then George told me, and then George and I've been milking same stupid movie for 150 years.
All right, how about this then? Here's another one you might not care for. I could play more Eefing. This came across my Facebook page, and I kept going back to it. I think the way the fa-la-las sound is so funny. It's one of those Barack dub videos where they make the president sing a song, but this is a Christmas song, and the way they did it to me, I found it marvelously entertaining.
I love you back. Is it time?
I think it's time.
That the halls with howling. It's the season to be howling.
I like this.
Don, we are gay apparel. The ancient Yuletide carol.
The Lola is the best. That's our president singing a Christmas carol. That's your magic audio vault.
Want more? Make sure you check out The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara Radio Entertainment.